Hi, I wanted to share with you today a simple but powerful technique that really helped me to shift myself out of the kind of negativity path I was falling into over the past 10 days or so. You may well have come across this before on your adventures in personal development. Whether you have or you haven't, it remains an extremely powerful technique that you can use again and again and again to explore your mind and to help you feel better about yourself. Maybe unearth some things that you weren't aware were lurking in the recesses of your subconscious. I think all of us have negative beliefs sloshing around that hold us back from enjoying our lives and our relationships, and from really expanding as much as we can and doing as much as we are capable of. So the technique is very, very simple. You take a piece of paper and you start writing down these negative beliefs. I mean, obviously the worse of a space you're in to begin with, the better this technique actually works, because those negative beliefs will probably be quite near the surface of your mind when you're not feeling great. It'll be really easy to access them. And they could be things that maybe your mum got cross with you and it said to you as a kid. It could be something a bully once said in school, or a really random remark from a friend or a lover. I remember once somebody telling me in group therapy that I had ugly feet. It stuck with me for years, even though after the session she said, "Oh, I really couldn't think of anything else to say," and we had to say a negative thing to each other. So it can be completely fictitious and still have an effect on you because of your own insecurities. So start writing them down. The longer you go on for, probably the deeper and deeper you'll go, and the more things will start to come out, and it could get quite emotional. I would do about 2 pages of that, but stop whenever you feel like you've really come to a point when you know, okay, this is like the deepest stuff for me. Okay, and then feel whatever your feelings you're having about it. Be aware that these are just beliefs. They can be changed, they can be transformed. They're not necessarily true at all. In fact, they're really probably not true at all. And so that's what we're going to do next. Take another piece of paper, and for every single statement that you made in the negative, you're going to transform that into a positive statement. So, for example, I had a statement, "I'm useless." I could transform that into "I'm capable." If I had "I'm weak," I could put "I'm resilient" or "I'm strong." What you don't want to do is transform statements in a negative way. You want to eradicate all the negativity from your previous statement. So don't go from "I am ugly" to "I am not ugly," because you will still be hearing the word ugly and it will still be making you feel bad. So you need to transform it from "I am ugly" into "I'm gorgeous," or "I'm so beautiful," or whatever makes you feel good. You'll know when it's right, because it will actually physically give you a good feeling. I had one that I really particularly liked, which was "I'm too much trouble." I originally went to transform it into "I am no trouble." Then I thought, no, that's not feeling right. Then I transformed it into "I'm just exactly the right amount of trouble," and that felt really right, because that kind of gives me permission to be a person who will make trouble if they need to, speak up if something's wrong or that they're unhappy, because it's not that we should be no trouble at all. We should just be exactly the right amount of trouble. So I hope you can see what I mean by this. So yeah, transform every single one of your statements into a positive statement. I actually find taking that list and then writing it up neatly, or typing it out on the computer and making a document out of it that I can refer to. But the more you repeat those positive statements to yourself, the better this will work. Once you have all your positive statements, I recommend either burning or ripping your list of negative statements to shreds. And maybe both. I mean, I ripped mine up into tiny, tiny pieces, but on previous occasions I've taken it outside and burnt it. I think ripping it to pieces and then burning it would work really well too. And just feel that you are letting go, just letting go of all that stuff. It's gone. And now, even as I'm looking at my positive transform statements, I can't actually remember what some of the negative statements were that I've transformed into positive. And instead, I just have a whole page of like great things about me that I can begin to feel. And I know that they are actually probably true. Whereas the false negative statements are a load of old rubbish. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this. I hope you try it. I try to do this fairly regularly myself. I think it's good. It's a kind of brainwashing technique. It helps to keep your brain nice and fresh and healthy and clean, and you don't want a manky old brain that's never been washed. Take care of yourselves.